is a custom Telecaster. What do I mean by custom? This has been assembled by me, and the idea behind this segment, or lesson if you want to call it that, is to talk about what you can do to put your own guitars together these days, because there's lots of companies that sell parts, and you can customize your own guitar and select whatever you want for your instrument, whatever kind of pickups, whatever kind of bridge, controls, colors, types of wood, pick guards, types of neck. I mean, you could put a Telecaster neck on a Stratocaster, and however you want to do it. I mean, it's totally wide open. So I guess the first question is, why would you want to do that? Why would you want to make your own guitar instead of buying one like from another company, Fender or whoever, who make the instrument already, right? Well, for one thing, it's a heck of a lot of fun, and you'll learn a lot about what goes into the making of a guitar, and what makes it sound the way it sounds. You know, the types of wood that get used, anything from basswood, swamp ash. I've even seen, a Telecaster that was made out of rosewood once, and even walnut, maple is a bit heavy, but any kind of thing you could imagine. And the same with the neck. You could have a rosewood neck, an ebony fretboard. Now, from Fender, traditionally speaking, they don't make a Telecaster with a ebony neck. They make them normally with maple and rosewood, but there would be a reason that you could set out to customize and build your own guitar, would be to make a Telecaster with an ebony fretboard. Now, somewhere along the line, Fender have made a lot of different custom Telecasters throughout the years, and there's probably been a year where they made some special custom guitar that had an ebony fretboard, but it's just an example of what you can do to put together your own guitar that sounds the way you would hope it would sound, a custom sounding guitar. This guitar has Grover machine heads, not stylized like the vintage Fender machine heads. These are a little more substantial, a little more in, stay in tune, more expensive type machine head, and that's the reason why they're on here. Hopefully it'll keep the guitar playing in tune as best as possible. This neck was made by a guy in Nashville. His name is Joe Glazer, and he's very well known for his custom guitar setups, his parts that he makes, the necks, bodies. He's a very good craftsman, and really, this is an interesting neck compared to a regular Telecaster neck, in that the fretboard is very flat, doesn't have much of a radius. So let's say you wanted to buy a Fender Telecaster, but you didn't like the radius. You thought that there was too much curve on the fretboard face. What can you do about it? Can you call up Fender and say, hey, I'd like you to make me a special Telecaster with a flat fretboard? Well, you could do that with their custom shop. It might be a bit expensive. It might be just a little bit too expensive. So for you to go out and buy a neck already pre-made that has the radius that you like, that's a possibility, right? You making your own choice as to the way you want the guitar to turn out. Anyway, so the other interesting thing about this guitar, well, there's plenty of interesting things, let me tell you, because it's all different in a subtle way when you start pointing it out. It's got mother of pearl dots, maybe even abalone, you're talking to the wrong guy here. Anyway, so that's different than the normal clay dots or black dots that you would see, so there's another custom feature. This pickguard came from the All Parts company. Now, there's another company that sells a whole gamut of different types of guitar parts for customizing instruments. So you can go to that company. There's Warmoth. They make custom parts. And there's a lot of choices, so it's pretty limitless. So here's a pick guard that sort of like matches the color of the guitar. The body I got from the B. Hefner company, and this is a solid piece of wood. It doesn't have any laminations in it. And normally to get this kind of a guitar, you'd have to custom order it or really look for a limited issue. But just randomly off the top of your head, you couldn't just run out and find a guitar that's got just a one-piece body like this. Normally they're laminated. And there's probably a model out there that I don't know about, but it wouldn't be just something that you could just get your hands on right away. But I got this custom, so here it is. I have it. I don't know if you can see this, but this has been embossed with a little heart-shaped logo on there, which is different. The pickups and hardware that I have is Fender. This being a standard American reissue neck pickup, right? But this back pickup is a custom shop reissue pickup designed to sound like a 60s Telecaster. So I could choose, you know, once I get to the stage where I get my guitar together, I can pick the kind of pickups that I want to go for a certain kind of sound. And then after that, if I don't like it, I can always take it out and change it. Make some sort of deal with the shop that I might be buying these from. If I didn't like the pickup, could I exchange it for another one? I'm sure there's plenty of stores out there that'll do that. This bridge has got brass barrels, which gives it an old 50s kind of sound. You know, Telecaster came out in the 50s, so they've been around a while. Nice sounding guitar, Telecaster. If you look at the knobs they have mother of pearl, abalone, tops on them to match the dots. So you can go all out and customize, you know, the guitar in a number of ways to make it decorative and ornamental, so to speak. This is a traditional input jack that matches like a Fender style input jack. I would say that the biggest trick in putting your own guitar together is the final stages. You know, it's easy to screw a neck in like this. You know, it's easy to install a lot of the parts. You can get wiring diagrams off the internet so you can see how they're supposed to be wired up. It's not that complicated. You can always consult with people about that. But there's not that many wires. There is a three-way switch, you know, that you have to attach wires to. But if you have a clear diagram, it's easy to spot how to do that. Figure it out. It's not that big of a deal. The hardest thing is doing the final setup and getting the frets all level, the neck straight, you know, and doing the intonation. If you don't have an idea about that, I suggest you read up. Or make sure there's a backup system where there's a shop nearby or not too far from where you live where they can help you maybe do the final adjustments that need to take place in order for the guitar to play nice. The setup and the fret level and the adjusting harmonics and all that, that's pretty much expertise thing that you might learn over a period of time after having adjusted a lot of guitars. So that would be the only thing that would stand between you and really finishing it off. Most of the other stuff is pretty straightforward. Yeah, a custom Telecaster.